Welcome back to my 5-part series of Merritt Island versus Cocoa Beach. If you're thinking about relocating to the area and you're just confused on where to go, both places are great, both are fabulous, and they have special things about each other. So we are on part 4, and today we're talking about quality of life. And if we haven't met, I'm Carrie Liotta, and I'm a local realtor right here on the Space Coast, and I live here, work here, and love so many things about different areas. And I too located here from somewhere else at one point. And just like you, I had so many questions. Right here also, I got my notes on my computer because I don't want to miss anything, and let's get started. So today we're gonna talk about schools, healthcare, dining and shopping, and social part of both towns. So we're going to start with schools in Merritt Island. You're going to have 5 public elementary schools. You're going to have 3 middle school and high school public schools. And you're going to have 3 private schools, which are all 3 faith-based. And then you're going to have 2 special learning schools as well. Merritt Island Public Elementaries. They are going to be Lewis Carroll, Robert Louis Stevenson, Tropical, Audubon, and Milla. And of course, depending on where you live is going to depend on which school your kids are going to go to. Middle and high school, they are called Edgewood, Merritt Island High, and Jefferson. And then your private schools are going to be Merritt Island Christian, Divine Mercy Catholic, and Calvary Chapel. Your special learning is going to be Gardendale and Pathways to Gardendale. Most of your private schools are going to be K through 12, so it's not going to be spread out like it is the public schools. All right, Cocoa Beach, you're going to have 2 elementary schools, and 1 junior senior public school, and 1 private school. And that private school is faith-based. They are called, the elementary schools are called Theodore Roosevelt, Freedom 7, and Cocoa Beach Junior Senior. And then your private school is Catholic, and it's at Our Savior Catholic Church. All right. Moving on to healthcare, a really important subject. Both Cocoa Beach and Merritt Island have available walk-in clinics. They're going to be limited amount of hours, probably 8 to 6 or 7. Right now, Cocoa Beach has the Cape Canaveral Hospital, which is technically in Cocoa Beach. But that hospital is going to be torn down because there's a new hospital being built in Merritt Island. And the estimated opening date for that is 2027. Cocoa Beach, you're gonna have to drive a little bit further. You're gonna have to go over bridges. You're gonna have more of your doctor offices in Merritt Island. There are some in Cocoa Beach too, but there's gonna be more of them because it's a bigger town. Let me tell you about that hospital that's opening in 2027 in Merritt Island. There's gonna be 120 private inpatient beds, 25 emergency department rooms, and 6 operating rooms. It's built to withstand a Category 4 hurricane and elevated 13 feet above sea level to withstand storm surge. It's going to be a pretty impressive hospital. It's a little bit further inland than the Cape Canaveral Hospital. I think that Cape Canaveral Hospital has been there a while. It's right there on the water, great views. So let's move on to dining and shopping. So Merritt Island, you're going to have more chains, and you're going to be driving to where you're going to eat or you're going to shop. We have Red Lobster, we've got Olive Garden, Carrabba's, stuff like that, the big chains. We have a lot of that. And shopping, you've got your mall, you've got Macy's, JCPenney's, we have our TJ Maxx, and we got Publix, Walmart, stuff like that. And in Cocoa Beach, you're going to have more of the local restaurants and shop boutiques. Got a couple little cute grocery stores that have a lot of organic stuff and just unique items that you're not going to find at Publix. I live in Merritt Island, but I drive to go to Cocoa Beach a lot to go shopping and eating because I like the little smaller feel restaurants that have just a lot more personality. And you have local families that put their blood, sweat, and tears, and they care about their business so much, and you can just really feel it. So it's nice having it so close by. So if you understand Merritt Island, bigger, more chain, more driving time, Cocoa Beach, walking locals, specialty shops, a bunch of little boutiques that are unique, and beach stuff, a lot of surfboards, of course. All right, and then the last part is the social part of Merritt Island versus Cocoa Beach. So socially, you're gonna have more full-time families in Merritt Island. It's gonna be quieter. and the boating scene is going to be a lot bigger here. So you have people hanging out with their neighbors, people going boating all the time, fishing and going to sandbars. So Merritt Island, I feel like, has the best of both worlds. You got that inland feel with all the amenities, but you're right there on the water and you have all the boating activities. So the boating activity is very social here in Merritt Island. Cocoa Beach, there's a mix of locals and snowbirds. So you'll probably have 50% of the people there all the time, and then the other 50% are coming and going. It's easier to meet people because there's a lot of events in Cocoa Beach, so there's something always going on. And you've got that little downtown area where people go to socialize and go to restaurants and bars. And then of course you got the beach right there. It's a little bit more social, Cocoa Beach, than Merritt Island. So to wrap things up, this is part 4 of my 5-part series. I'd love for you to watch the first 3 as well. And next week, my 5th part series is going to be about waterfront, boating, and golfing, my favorite. And if you have any questions, most people just text me. My contact information is below. You can call, email, text. And if you need help narrowing it down to whether Cocoa Beach or Merritt Island is right for you, or any other place in Brevard, I'd be glad to answer any questions. People just text me all the time just with questions. Feel free to do that, and I'll see you in the next video.